Ja, hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge des Outside-Podcasts. Mein Name ist Paul Voss. Mein heutiger Gast ist Würtz Schmidt, der ehemalige zweifache Zeitfahr-Weltmeister, einmal bei den Junioren und einmal in der U23. War bis letztes Jahr noch Profi in der World Tour und ja, ist jetzt auch Gravel-Profi geworden. Später rede ich mit ihm so ein bisschen über, ja, wie er eigentlich zum Radsport gekommen ist, wie so die ersten Jahre als Profi waren und warum der Wechsel zum Gravel. Bevor wir aber da hingehen, ja, gibt es so auf meiner Seite, ne, nicht News, aber halt, ne, wie so ein, zwei Sachen, die passiert sind. Ich bin jetzt zurück aus der Höhe. Die 3 Wochen in Andorra waren schön, waren kalt, waren nass, waren schneeig, wenn man das so sagen kann, wenn das überhaupt ein Wort ist. Aber ja, also generell habe ich die Zeit da oben schon genossen, hat Spaß gemacht. Bin dann von da aus nach Italien gefahren zu The Hills und ja, ich muss sagen, das war das härteste Gravel-Rennen, was ich je gefahren bin, also auch wesentlich schlimmer als dieses matschige Unbound, wo wir sehr, sehr lange laufen mussten, weil es einfach den ganzen Tag ja so auch kalt war, zumindest wie mir war kalt und mir war selten so kalt über so eine lange Zeit und ja, auch der Kurs, also der war ja zum Teil ähnlich wie die Weltmeisterschaft von vor 2 Jahren und der Kurs ist im Trocknen schon anspruchsvoll, aber beim Nassen, ja, ist der einfach brutal, wenn du nicht nur berghoch alles geben musst, sondern irgendwie auch bergunter die Konzentration extrem hoch bleiben muss, weil, ja, du die ganze Zeit am Rutschen bist, Steine, gab kaum mal eine richtige Gerade, sondern die ganze Zeit links, rechts, also das Rennen war auf jeden Fall mental und psychisch sehr anspruchsvoll. Und ja, hat auch jetzt 2 Tage gedauert, bis ich mein Rad wieder hergerichtet habe. Ich musste alle Lager einmal tauschen und du findest immer noch wieder irgendwo irgendwelchen Dreck. Also war auf jeden Fall episch und ich glaube, dass die erste Austragung des The Hills auf jeden Fall auch in die Geschichte eingehen wird als, ja, als eines der härtesten Rennen bis jetzt. Zumindest ja, ist das auch das Feedback, was ich von anderen bekommen habe. Von daher, ja, für alle, die da waren, die wissen, wovon ich rede. Alle, die nicht da waren und sich überlegen, hinzufahren nächstes Jahr, im Trocknen, wunderschön, im Nassen, kann man sich vielleicht überlegen. Äh, ja, ich bin mal gespannt, wie das nächstes Jahr wird, ob das Wetter dann eher mitspielt. Aber ja, ich hatte auf jeden Fall zu kämpfen. War vielleicht auch dann am Ende nicht ideal, dass ich direkt aus der Höhe dahin gefahren bin. Es gibt immer so ein Zeitfenster, wo man sagt, dass das funktionieren kann. Bei mir war das dann der 3. Tag nach der Höhe. Und ja, das hat für mich nicht so funktioniert. Ich hatte keine guten Beine, habe mich den ganzen Tag nicht wirklich da gefühlt und ja, war einfach nicht perfekt und demzufolge bin ich auch eher weiter hinten eingekommen. Ich war einfach nur froh, als ich dann irgendwann bei der letzten Verpflegung mir meine Regenjacke und Weste aus dem Auto holen konnte, damit mal ein bisschen warm wird, weil ich habe so gefroren. Also ja, wie auch immer abhaken und hoffen, dass jetzt dann die nächsten Rennen besser laufen. Ich bin leider schon wieder so minimal angeschlagen, was unglaublich ist, weil ich habe das Gefühl, ich gar nicht mehr aus diesem Trott des leichten Krankseins herauskomme und hoffe einfach, dass ich jetzt bis zu meiner Abreise am Montag, also am 7. April, fliege ich in die USA für 3 Rennen. Von da aus dann weiter nach Spanien zu Tracker 360, dass ich jetzt einfach dann fit bin dafür. Wir werden auch von 2 der 3 Rennen aus den USA YouTube-Videos rausbringen, also folgt gerne dem Outside YouTube-Channel. Das erste Video wird dann am 24. April erscheinen und dann eine Woche später am 1. Mai das zweite. Ja, und dann auch von Tracker 360 natürlich auch. Also das heißt, 3 Wochen hintereinander gibt es jede Woche ein neues YouTube-Video. Von daher folgt mir da gerne und ja, verpasst keins dieser Videos. Das Interview gleich mit Mats wird übrigens auf Englisch sein, weil er Däne ist. Ja, demzufolge hoffe ich, dass ihr trotzdem am Ball bleibt und euch das reinzieht. Ja, sonst habe ich eigentlich gerade nichts weiter zu erzählen, weil, ja, Höhe war langweilig, habe halt mein Training gemacht, die Hills war hart und jetzt geht's in die USA Von daher habt viel Spaß bei dem Interview mit Mats und wir hören uns später. Hey Mats.
Hello.
Nice to have you on the podcast. It's the first time I'm actually speaking to you. I think it's the first time that we meet in person, aside from racing against each other.
Actually, I remember it must have been 2017. I'm out riding with Theo and Marcel Kittel, and you are also there.
Yeah, that was my first year when I retired, and when I retired the first time. And yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
We did a few gravel bits. The one from almost the top of Sant Hilari over to Montenegro.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Oh, not Els Angels.
Yeah.
And Kittel, he got so pissed because we were supposed to do a recovery ride and we were riding a little bit harder, so he just went home.
I actually remember that.
Yeah.
I actually remember that day.
I was there.
Yeah. It's also the funny thing about it is like that's the early gravel days. Back in 2013, 14, 15, we already did gravel riding in Girona, but just with road bikes and 28 mil tires, which back then was really big tire.
Yeah, maybe back then was even 25.
Yeah. So since then a lot has happened, and now we are both here. Your road career is more recent than mine. Mine is now, I've got almost my 10-year anniversary.
So,
yeah, 2016 was my last year. But I think the most people listening to this podcast know my story. But that's why we are here to talk about, your history in cycling and what's coming up next. You're 31 years old, and you actually, recording this podcast, you're still 30. But the race we are here now is the Hills in Italy, which is tomorrow on the 29th, and you're turning 31 on the
31st.
So Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And before we start talking more, we're gonna do our infamous this or that game. I explained it to you before, cat or dog and so on, then you, whatever you like. 2 by or 1 by?
2 by or 1 by? What does that mean?
It's interesting. You're so new to gravel that you don't know what that means.
I don't know anything.
Yeah. So 2 by is like basically Shimano. So they're having like 2 chain rings. And 1 by is like SRAM.
Yeah. On my bike, I have SRAM, but I actually would love to have 2 by.
Yeah, because you're too fresh out of the road scene.
Yeah.
Gravel or road?
Gravel.
45 or 50?
45.
Wrench it or bench it? So basically mean you working yourself on the bike or someone else has to do it?
Myself.
Which was also interesting because when we tried to make an appointment, you said, I'm still figuring out the whole like pre-race schedule of like setting up the bike, because now we have to fly ourselves with the bikes and building it up and so on.
Yeah, like I was racing in Belgium last week, and the day before, all the other guys, they were messing around with their bikes, and I had no idea what to do. Like I just looked at them and I felt like I also had to do something. So I, touched my bike a little bit. But in the end, I didn't do anything but wash it because it was riding, like the ride was fine. So
it was already dialed in from coming home.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, it's I see the guys, they talk a lot about equipment all the time, and I don't understand half of what they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say you also got a lot of nerds in your environment, and like Panama racing. At least from the outside, I know them a bit, and some of them are really into certain things. So
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Wine or beer?
Beer.
Instant coffee or barista coffee?
Barista.
East Jutland, did I say right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Girona?
Oh, my girlfriend is from... No, she's from Western Jutland.
But you're from Eastern?
I'm from Eastern Jutland, yeah. No, Girona.
You're mainly in Girona, yeah? You're not in Denmark anymore, huh?
Yeah, I live in Girona, yeah.
Race suit or jersey bibs?
Oh, jersey and bibs.
Sitting on or pulling?
Pulling.
On feeling or power meter?
Feeling.
Spirit of gravel or outside racing? All out racing, sorry. All out racing.
All out racing.
Do you actually know what the spirit of gravel is? Did Nathan Haas already gave you some educational lessons?
Actually not, I haven't been riding that much with him lately.
Yeah.
But I kind of get the vibe that it's like we're all friends and we're just out for fun.
Yeah. I mean, I think we are all kind of friends. We're also there for fun, but we're also there to race hard.
We're also there to race and to win the races.
Yeah, exactly. Conservative or taking risk?
Bit of both. Calculated risks.
With or without plan?
Without.
Unbound or UCI gravel roads?
Unbound.
Okay, why unbound?
Because it's the biggest thing for the gravel riders. And you see at UCI Worlds, all the road guys are coming, and then it becomes a championship between them. Looks like it from the outside. I never did a world championship in gravel, but from the outside and what I've seen on television, it looks like they are competing for the win. I think Unbound is more honest between the guys who actually do gravel in their like day-to-day life.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see your opinion after you have done the worlds, because I mean the last 2 years actually I was like I figure until a certain point having bad luck or like destroying myself. Like 2 years ago actually at the World Championships here, and last year being in the front then getting puncture. So I do believe that pure gravel riders can be up there riding for podiums, and I don't see many guys doing it, to be honest. Obviously see myself there, but I think you could be also one of the guys.
Yeah.
As far as what I've seen until now, so like the steps.
My 2 races.
Yeah, but like like the learning curves and all this stuff, there's like some things, and also it's a mindset to be up there at the Worlds. You need to be ready for it to fight, as you like before we actually started recording, talking about like positioning, all this stuff, which is more normal for us guys coming from the road.
Yeah.
And it's more natural than for guys who maybe have done, I don't know, road racing on continental level or wherever, and then stepping into gravel. And it's different when you have done maybe classics and so on. Then you actually
when
know
you've
what's
done
fighting. Yeah.
Roubaix and Flanders and all these races, you kind of it compared to that, this is pretty, I won't say easy, but it's way less complicated.
Then I don't know, are you doing any other races in the US than Unbound?
Yeah, I will do the Rule of 3 and Gravel Locos.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, there's no fighting at all. There's just like, I mean, Unbound, there's like one bit where you actually have to fight. It's like Little Egypt, the infamous, rough bit midway in the race, which is like pretty decisive. But the rest is like pretty chill regarding positioning.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, you have done races in the US, like road races. This is... Oh.
Yeah. I've done Tour of California.
Yeah, it's the same. Gravel is exactly the same. It's like
you
can wait in the back, and then in the right moment you go to the front.
Oh.
Anyway, how did you start cycling? So I don't need to know if you started with 3 or 4, but like how did you went into like professional or like competitive cycling?
Well, I started racing when I was 8 years old, and back then it was just about having fun. I got some.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. So, I had some good friends in the local club and all of this, and then slowly through the years, I think came to under 17. Then suddenly I was one of the good guys. I won the national championships in time trial, and the following year was World Championships in Copenhagen, and I was a junior under 19. So my goal was to do the World Championships in time trial and to win it. And I was first year junior, and I pulled it off. I won in Copenhagen, and from then I kind of said like, okay, now I want to try and become professional. Then I had some years when in U23 I had to learn a lot because I had a big talent. But in juniors, I never worked hard. So I kind of had to learn how to work hard and actually to win races also with pain in the legs. It took me 2 years.
It must be so nice to like, I mean, I think everyone who made the step into the world to has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
So like obviously otherwise and has to be able to work hard. But like what you just mentioned, like actually get to used to having pain in the legs in the race, and like for me it was always pain, like
Yeah.
I don't know cycling without having pain. Yeah.
The races in juniors, like the races I won like fairly easy. And then when I was not a good day and I had to suffer a little bit, I pulled out.
Okay.
So I really had to learn this, and it didn't come until 2015 when I was third year U23. Then I started to work harder in training and also, learning how to race with pain in the legs and to suffer more. And then it slowly came. I won some big races in 15. And also in 16, and then I turned pro with Team Katusha in 17.
Yeah, but you also became 2015 again world champ under 23 in time trial.
Yeah,
and which is quite impressive.
So yeah, it took some time for me to get to that point, to really make benefit of the talent I had on the bike. And then turning pro, it started all over again. But yeah, it was back there in 2011. I said to myself, okay, now I'm gonna try and become professional on the road. And I stopped going to school. And
but was it for you like? Did it like the time frame felt too long for you?
No, it felt pretty natural.
Okay.
Good deal of my. The Danish guys in my age, they turned pro a year or two before me. But to me, it felt natural because I needed a whole good year, like 1 year of riding well and making results in U23. And it kind of started in halfway through 2015. And then I also wanted 16 to just keep building and make results that was not just on the time trials, which I did in the first part of the year, and then I got an offer from Katusha.
Yeah, that's why you turned professional. Then, would you, like, sometimes when you look back, wish that you had less talent, so that you actually learned earlier, or like grew up with like the feeling of having pain, what you just mentioned? Like so that you didn't have to go through like this whole process of like actually learning how it is to be a professional cyclist or becoming a professional cyclist. The way you did, I mean.
Maybe it's hard to say. Like this was my journey, and I did it in my pace, and in the end it worked out, and I became professional on the road, and I had a 8-year-long career as a World Tour rider, which I'm proud of. I had a lot of bumps on the way, mental issues and what's it called, injuries. But I think up until the last few years of my pro career, I did a good job, and this was my learning curve, and I think it worked out. I had some good results on the road. I still believe I could have achieved more, but it is what it is. I can't change the past.
Yeah. Then you also in 2021 you won a stage at Tirreno Adriatico and became Danish road champion, which is also quite big task or ask.
It was actually for many years. Not everyone came back to Denmark to do the Danish national championships, but this year was the first year where everybody was there. So it was a pretty good one to win that year, actually.
Yeah, okay, nice one. Yeah. And so over like the years, you said you turned professional in 11, you said, huh?
No, that was back in juniors.
Sorry, not 11. You turned professional in 16 then?
17.
And until like last year, 24, which was your last year, how did in your like view changed cycling over that years? Because for me, like when I stopped in 16, even like the jump to 17, I was working as a sports director for Team Wiggins back then. You already could see like the switch even in the smaller team, in the continental team, suddenly from one of the other year. But like for you in the World Tour must have been like even bigger changes over the years, especially like to 24 now.
Yeah. No, it came like gradually. Felt like a natural progression, but way more attention to detail, more testing, aero testing, bike fitting. The training got more and more specialized into each rider. I think it's rare that guys, they actually ride together now because the training is so individual. And then, of course, the biggest thing is the diet. Everything changed in the diet. Suddenly, we had one nutritionist, then we had 3, and we had more chefs, and it just grew. Like we had to eat more focus on eating the right things, and that really changed the game. And now we see all the knowledge that we had in the World Tour teams. All the younger guys have that. So when they are 16 and they say to themselves, okay, now I want to become a professional bike rider, they can start living as a professional when they're 16 years old. And then they just, they get a massive level from the teenage years. Like it's insane.
It's also like something I mean, you can obviously see it on numbers when the guys coming up, how quickly they're adopting. Like when I turned professional, it took a while. Like first you had like to fight your position in your team because it was still, everything was a bit more old school, like half wheeling and not drinking and eating during training, because if you do that, you show like weakness. To like what is now like try to eat as much as you can. It's crazy. And also the numbers they're running now, like what I can hear sometimes from Andy Stauf, because he does all like this talent scouting. It's like it's like really crazy. Back then there would have been enough to go like towards podium at the Grand Tour. And now the juniors just doing that regularly.
It's insane. How it all changed. And it's just crazy. Like the level is so high. Like we have the maybe 7-8 riders who win most of the World Tour races, but the level just below that, like from a top 10 in a classic to top 50, the difference is not that big. Like a top 50 rider in Flanders can also do a top 10 if he has the right, like the luck on his side on that day. So there are just much more riders who are actually super, super strong and can achieve good results. It's just down to that single day if everything turns out in the right way.
Yeah. And did you enjoy the development also, like especially with like the whole like writing the food and looking at nutrition, or was it something you felt annoyed with?
No, I actually like it. I bring also to this my scale and make sure that I eat enough and stuff like that. So it's a thing that I got hooked onto. Like I care a lot about what I eat, especially around the races, to make sure that I get enough food. Like tomorrow we are racing for almost 6 hours, so I like to be have the security in the back of my head that okay, I'm fueled properly. So that change I like. Yeah.
And you're also someone then who likes to have control over everything?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. For example, this race, we don't have lunch in the hotel here, so we need to get our own lunch.
Why you don't have lunch in a hotel?
I don't know.
Because I just had lunch here.
Yeah?
I mean, I had to pay for it, but... Yeah, but I have to say they're also confused down there. They were actually waiting for 50 people to come for lunch.
Yeah.
I was the only one sitting there.
Well, yesterday we sat there and waited for 45, 50 minutes for our dinner.
No, they were prepared. And I mean, I don't know, you listeners, if you enjoy that we're talking about this, but tonight they say ideally we're coming at 7.
Okay.
7:30 is also good, but 7 would be nice.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's one thing. Like I like to have control about what I eat and when I eat it, because we start super early in these races. So I don't want to have my dinner at 8 because like then it's gonna be difficult to fall asleep. Like I like to control the timings of when I eat and what I eat, and the food is actually, it's just as basic as possible. White pasta and piece of chicken.
How do you then? I mean, how many races you have done now? 3 race days.
Yeah, Santaval stage 2 was. I had a knee injury for 4 weeks over the winter, and on the second day, my knee started to flare up a little bit again. But also, I was pinned because the day before was a hard stage, and I didn't have the shape to go hard 2 days in a row because I'd only been training for like 4 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like to ask you now already, like, how do you cope with all the nutrition issues we have sometimes during the races, like to get actually enough hydration, nutrition, because it's not so easy. It's not like you're raising your hand and you get like the team car coming up. I mean, I don't know how it was in the UCI race, which you recently won. There it's a bit easier to get actually stuff from the roadside, but these races are sometimes complicated, especially in the US.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can't talk about that yet because you haven't experienced it.
Yeah.
But like, for example, races like tomorrow, you then race with like a hydration pack, or like how do you do it? You guys have like stuff on the side of a road?
We have 2 people to help us in the feed zones. I haven't 100% decided yet if I will use the hydration vest or not. I would like to avoid it.
Yeah.
But then I also have to make sure that I get 2 bottles in every feed zone.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if I drop 1 bottle, then I'm gonna be fucked.
Yeah, that's really always the issue. It's like because you have like another 1.5 kilos extra on your back. Plus, like, I mean, it's not actually really an aero disadvantage. Can be an advantage. Depends like on the setup. But yeah, it's definitely like a bigger weight penalty. But yeah, like this whole thing, like dropping bottles. And before I started gravel, I never paid so much attention to bottle cages. But they're now one of the most important things actually, that you have like really good bottle cages which holding the bottles. And there's so many things you have to look into, but we're coming to that later because that's like, I guess, also maybe the biggest change for you. So why did you move from road cycling to gravel?
Well, the quick answer is that I didn't get a contract on the road.
Okay, but like also you need to be, I mean, you came into gravel not like, at least it feels like someone, I have to do this. Now maybe it is like that, but you kind of cope good with it. But it feels like, okay, good, I'm up for it.
No, I'm super up for it. I had a few years in 22 and 23 where I struggled a lot with stress and anxiety. And in those years, I hated everything about cycling. I had a few good moments, but if I got disappointed, it would just hit me like a train. And then I struggled. And it got so bad at one point that I had to take a break from cycling over a month. But anyway, I with help I got back, and over the 24 season I really started to love riding and racing, and I had ambitions again, and I was motivated again, and I just the passion for the bike just came back, and so I really worked hard last year, and I think I had a good season. I didn't do so many races because I struggled with injuries. I've had 3 disc herniations in my back over the last 2.5 years.
Okay.
So that's the main reason why I didn't race so much. But anyway, I fixed that problem, and it's not coming back. I'm sure about that. But I found the joy again of riding my bike. And when the season last year came to an end and I didn't have a contract, I was not ready to stop. I still wanted to race. I still had ambitions. I still wanted to win races, and I still wanted to go ride my bike and do this for a living. So when gravel became an option, I was on it immediately, and it filled me with motivation and the passion again. And so I'm stoked to have this opportunity to race like this. And then I did a few races, and after the first stage in Santaval in Girona, I was like, this is fun. Like, this is good fun. And I really enjoyed it. So it's not something where I'm like, oh shit, now I'm just going to do this, but I'm really motivated about it.
So you're also like, focus-wise, it's easy for you to keep the high professional level you had before from the road, moving it onto like gravel. So it's not for you like, gravel is not like a secondary sport, but you don't see it like this. I mean,
No.
okay.
No, I
because
see.
some people they do,
Yeah.
they don't take it serious, and I think they get a prize for that when they're coming to the races and seeing actually at the level, because there are some guys who take it serious, and they actually can ride as fast as well. It doesn't mean because they're not currently on the road to, then they're not fast. And I think some people got hurt there over the years and learned it the hard way.
Yeah, if you come into this and you think like, this is just, I'm gonna do it like on my routine, then you're gonna get rolled. Like the level is high in the top. So you need to bring your A game in your training back home, and also be 100% ready for the races, because the speed is high.
How was your view on gravel during your road career? Well, I don't know if you actually had a view on it.
I never really had an opinion about it. I followed it a little bit because my coach Thomas.
He was also your coach already in Israel? Or?
No.
Okay.
But he's been my bike fitter for 10 years, and we've developed a friendship over those 10 years. So I followed a little bit on the sideline. And I see it on Instagram, and it looks cool, and but I never really gave much thought about it. And now I'm suddenly in it, and
you got sucked in there.
I still don't know what is going on, but I'm doing my best.
Yeah, and so far you're doing well. And why did you choose to be part of like a team, or I don't know if you can call it a team, but like you with Panama Racing, which is like, I don't know how you guys say what it is, but like from the outside, it looks more like a team now than it did the last years. At least in Santa Fe, you definitely raced a bit more with like tactical mindset.
Yeah.
And I guess the same was in the UCI gravel race in Belgium, which you won. You became first, second, and I think fourth or something. And I guess it played also a role that you were there with like a lot of guys. So has that changed? Is it now a team, or is it more like still kind of like individuals having the same jersey?
It is more individuals having the same jersey. In Santa Val, I only helped Magnus because I was fucked. Like if I still had legs, I wouldn't help him.
Okay.
That's for sure. And we have this, like, this is the premise. Like we have like, it's like unwritten rules in the team. We don't work against each other. Like we don't.
We don't.
If someone attacks, I'm not the one to close the gap. But we all have the opportunity to race for the win and race for our own chance.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a balance. And of course, if Magnus is out there, I don't have to pull. And that's the way it is. Like we're not gonna like ride against each other, but we're also not gonna do like we did in Santa Val. Not that's. I think that's pretty sure. Yeah.
And why did you choose that setup and not being like a complete privateer, as everything being independent?
I made the decision to jump on gravel so late that all the brands in cycling had closed their budgets.
Yeah.
And I think Pass Racing is a good way to start, because they have some experience with the equipment, with the races. I have someone I can lean against and take, learn from them. And they have a travel budget and all of this, which helps me a lot. I have some private sponsors back in Denmark who helps me out. But I think for my situation, it was the best option I had to join them.
Do you enjoy this part of like gravel that you have to look for yourself? Like, I know you have a management, but like still you have to look out for sponsors getting the timing right, as you just mentioned. Like by the time you decided all the budgets were closed, do you enjoy this bit? Because like for me, this whole business side, which it is, like beside actually being a professional cyclist, is also quite demanding. It takes a lot of time from your daily possible time you actually have.
I kind of like, you have to be an entrepreneur on the side, looking for sponsors, looking for partnerships, and you have to brand yourself. Like, there's no TV on these gravel races, so you have to, make everything look big on Instagram and social media, and show what you're doing, to make a name for yourself. I think what I see is that the gravel world is also becoming more orientated towards results than how many followers you have on Instagram, which is a good direction. Like, it's becoming more professional, but it was hard in the beginning. Like, I was calling like my whole network in Denmark, if anyone could see an idea in helping me doing this. And I was lucky and privileged that some guys they wanted to help me out.
I mean, I agree it's going more towards having good results, but I still believe that it will be always like that, at least maybe, I don't know, like big TV stations coming in, that you can win as many races as you want if you are not able to like tell the story properly. You will earn okay money, but I also think it will be a bit more like road cycling in the future, that you have like teams, like gravel teams. They have riders, they're on like 50, 60 Ks a year or whatever, but like there you can just exchange them,
Yeah.
But then you will always have like riders who are bigger than the teams. It's a bit like in women's side with Demi Vollering now. She's bigger than FDJ Suez.
Yeah.
And she gets like all the big deals. And I think that we have a few years left where this rate will be in gravel. So I think, both is really important. I mean, you were also working on like, at least I could see like in your Instagram, like, because I followed you already before, like your switch from like, I'm not road ride anymore, I want to be gravel, because I was telling you did more videos, more reels, all this stuff. So it was really funny to like see that you already tried there to like gain more followers. I think that's the thing where we all went through at the beginning. And then you realize, there's like some things you have to do, some things you don't have to do, and also like just racing helps, and then like
but it's like when you go to a race, you have to show a little bit about it, and if you do a good result or if you win, then you have to make benefit from that, and post about it, and tell the story, what happened in the race and how you were feeling, and try to be a little bit more personal, give something of yourself. This is what people like, and then hopefully it will grow. And this is what I tried to do, to be a little bit more personal in what I'm telling.
You have to be. I mean, if you want to be a personality in the sport, not just because we have guys who are really performing, but they're not personality in the sport yet. Or maybe won't be in the future because they just don't. They're not so outgoing. Then you have to do that if you want to make a good living out of it. Want to make a career out of it.
So I'm trying with the Instagram. It's difficult because I'm quite private as a person, and also I'm introvert, I think it's called, and so I'm not the most outgoing person. I can sit quiet in a corner and just listen to everybody else and be fine with that. So like I had to get through a few barriers for myself personally.
But I'm feeling it because I'm the same. But I think, I mean, there's also nothing out there of my private life. No one knows out there, like, if I have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, if I'm married, how many kids I have, no one knows anything, and which I like, and it should stay like this. But I think there's like this balance, and it's also easy to find. You just like, I mean, I think you're definitely on the right way. But it's just interesting how the whole dynamic around gravel is working, because it's so different to road cycling. If you look, some really successful road riders, they have like 5,000 followers, because it's not important for them. But like for us, if you go to like a sponsor, they do ask how many followers you have, what is your reach, and all these things. So it's different, and
it's a part of the game.
Exactly. What are your goals? I mean, you are now, when the podcast is released, 31. Do you have like something in your mind, what you want to achieve, like in gravel, and how long you want to do it?
Well, I have the goals like everybody else, which is Tracker and Unbound.
So you don't want to be world champion?
Yes, of course I do. But my mind is not set on more than until July.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what races I'm gonna do after the summer. I will definitely do World Championships, and also go there in the best shape possible. But right now my mind is fixed on the month of May, because I'm doing Tracker, and then I go to the US and do 3 races over there. So yeah, I'm not that far ahead in the planning. So yeah, those are the first goals I have, and then I'll see about which races are in the summer and after the summer, what suits me and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not that far yet.
Okay. What are your takeaways from the first races?
That it's hard. Like the level is high, and you need to, like, the power files are pretty sick actually. You have to push all the time. I found that the top level is super high, but the level just under the top is durable. But if you want to win, then you have to be, like, almost, I wouldn't say peak shape, but you have to be ready, and you have to be ready to suffer. And then I also found that, positioning was not as difficult as I thought it would be. And then the technical stuff, I still have to learn some stuff there, how to get around corners and stuff like this. But I also found out, like, maybe you have good technique, but the races are still won with what you have in the legs. Like, it comes down to making the right decisions on when to use your power.
Yeah.
That's kind of my first impressions.
So you're not so much into it, like gear choice and tire choices yet?
No, I have one option. This is what is on my bike. So
yeah, it's so funny because, like, yeah, when guys are coming from road, that's really how they see it, and it's just also there. I mean, now I think I will invite you maybe end of year again, because it would be nice to see the progression, like, also like what you learned, and like actually how you, what view on the technique you have then, because like the whole tire thing is like, it seems like you don't need to train anymore if you have the right tire. Sometimes, like the whole discussion about it, you have to use mountain bike tires. If not, you can't win and all this stuff. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, you will see it at Unbound, and then I guess a rule of 3 is a tough race.
Yeah.
Which is like half a mountain bike race.
Shit.
At least what I have seen there, and I've been in that area in Bentonville before. And yeah, there's definitely, like, technical skills are quite useful.
But already now in Girona, it's pretty technical.
That's true.
And with all, we've had a month of rain.
I know.
And yeah, you were in Andorra. You
had
snow.
Yeah, it's snow and rain as well.
Yeah. And all the climbs and downhills, they look completely different than what they were a month ago.
Yeah.
Like what you saw in Santaval, it looks...
And Santaval was already shit, was also really wet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's like, it's new roads. Like, it's changed completely.
Okay.
Big rocks and a few small drops on the downhills and stuff like that. It's super technical now.
But are you able to push yourself in training in the descents?
First, like, this is where I have my benefit in living in Girona for Tracker. Like, first I do a lot of the course when I'm on my gravel bike, and just getting to learn the downhills and climbs, but especially the downhills. And then the more comfortable I get on the downhills, the more I push it. But I'm still not going down at race speed. That's I don't think, when I check on Strava, I'm still a bit behind.
Yeah. No, it's just interesting. There are like a few riders where always they're gonna hit it hard in the descent, and it's also like a lot of discussion with certain races where people start to choose their setup for like certain descents or bits of a race instead of like having maybe the most aerodynamic or lightest setup. And but again, I think it's gonna be interesting to see what your experience will be throughout the year, and then speak again, because I think there's so much to learn. But it's also nice to have someone coming from the world with like a big engine and being not naive.
Yeah.
But you are in a certain way, because you have one setup and you're thinking about it. It has to work, but it's not like, do I take like 42 mil, 45 or 48 mil tires? It's more like, I'm just using it.
Yeah, in Santaval I used 42s because that's what I had.
Yeah.
And now I just got the new 45s from Specialized.
Yeah, you're fine with them. But
I'm good with them, yeah.
Yeah. But it's just interesting to see like how it will change over the year, because the thinking about certain things has definitely increased over the last year. Since Unbound last year.
I don't know. It's a bit tricky, but like I see myself as one of the top guys. And that's even when I just did 3 races. But the guys who go to extreme lengths, like for example, you say they go for a specific equipment to go fast on the downhill. Maybe that's because they can't follow on the climbs when it really it really goes down. Yeah,
I mean, to be honest, I'm interested now because you're now one more guy who comes in with an engine. I mean, I'm curious how like Thomas de Gent will cope with the next races, because if he is able to like really adopt into gravel, I mean, you definitely did it faster than him, but I hope he comes up there as well, because then I think the way we race will change, because suddenly you have a different dynamic. And also someone like Jason Osborne, he's not the best in the descent, but he's so strong that he can drop everyone just on a climb and give them a minute easily, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then we have to close that gap. So like we will be more on the limit than him in certain bits. So for me, it's really nice to have like more guys like you coming in. It's also why I like World Championships, because I go there and I realize if it's like really full on hard racing, I'm actually still up there. I can ride with the best World Tour guys. So, and then in gravel races, sometimes it's hard to drop someone because you don't have enough guys to keep the level high, you know?
Yeah.
So, and now you coming in, Thomas de Gent, Jason Osborne, and then like this whole like SWAT team with like guys I never heard of before, but they're just like strong.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to my remaining years as a professional. I mean, I'm old now. You have some more years left, but it's definitely exciting times for professional gravel racing in Europe. Yeah.
I'm also excited about this race because I feel like this is going to be the first real gravel race. Like Santaval was the same Gravel Earth series, but the stages were short. Like it wasn't more than 4 hours.
Yeah.
Same with Belgium last week was 3.5 hours. Like this is going to be...
It's different sports, not like the UCI races and then let's say Unbound or even Gravel Locos. Actually, you kind of have to prepare differently. To win Unbound, I mean, maybe for you it's possible, but winning Unbound and a 3-hour UCI race is quite difficult. I mean, look at Chet Haga, he got second at Unbound.
Yeah.
He just has like this durable engine.
Yeah.
But put him in like a UCI race, he fucking hates it.
Yeah.
From the gun, you know? So it's and same Lachner Morton. You don't need to throw him in a UCI race. He will have no fun and most likely won't be at the top end, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, I'm excited about this to see the dynamics and how it will be when we reach 5 hours. Because Santaval was, just hitting all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the same in Belgium last week. Like, just guys were attacking all the time. And it never really stopped the race. And then I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. If it's a hard start and then more conservative and then a final, or if it's just full gas all the time. I will see tomorrow.
Yeah, it also depends on Jason Osborne if he decides to go from the gun. And this time we can't let him go. Everyone has to please look at his jersey, how he looks like. So if we don't give him again 3 or 4 minutes.
I didn't even know that he was gone there in Santaval.
Yeah, me neither. Afterwards, I knew. And then I thought like, fuck yeah, that's someone you definitely can't let go. But it was the first race of the season. No one know how everyone looks like. So
I think we would have caught him in the end, even if he didn't crash. Magnus was coming close.
Magnus, but bloody hell, he's strong.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know him before, but he just comes into gravel and like winning Santa Val, and it's just like this pocket rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was super close to a World Tour contract when he had his last year in U23, but it didn't happen. Then he actually stopped cycling for a little bit, and then he came back just riding in the Danish elite, and he actually did some good results on the road.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
he was third in nationals one year as a continental rider a few years ago on a super hard parcours, and it was a super hard race. So he's not just no one. Like he does have.
I mean, afterwards I looked him up.
Yeah.
And I could see at the results, like, because I know the race. Yeah, of course, he is good because I saw that. But yeah, his past.
Yeah,
he definitely showed that there's potential.
He's an unknown rider coming in, like when you look at the international scene. But,
definitely.
But he's strong. Yeah.
Yeah, bloody hell, yeah.
And there's no draft behind him, so.
Yeah, that's really annoying. He's so low on the bike. He has watts and being low on the bike. It's really It's a nice combination for him, but for us, for us definitely not. No. All right. Yeah, I'm finished with my questions. You have something to add?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Thanks for having me on the pod.
No, thanks for coming.
I will be sitting in your wheel tomorrow because you had 3 weeks in altitude. Did you stay in Pigmire?
No, I stayed on 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, Pigmire. So, like, for people out there, Pigmire is the highest hotel in Andorra on 2,400. So, like, on the on the highest mountain there. No, 2,000 was enough. And also, like, I really enjoyed it. I already said it so many times in the Besenwagen. I love Andorra. So if I knew I have like 5-year career left or something, I would probably move to Andorra. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
because I like this professional flair there, and it is a bit like the early days in Girona when I moved there the first time. Back then, when I was just like, I was the only European. The rest was just like Aussies, Americans, and so on. Everyone was just like training. Like no influencers, nothing, just like pure.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. And Andorra feels like the OG days in Girona.
Yeah, cool. No, I was in Andorra last year, actually for the first time. We stayed up in Pigmire for 3 weeks. And I just love altitude camps.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Like, it's hard because you have to
work. For me, it really
hard.
depends where. Andorra, I can see myself doing again 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But like Tide or something, I don't know.
I was never in Tide, I've been in Livigno, Sierra Nevada, and Andorra, and all of those places. I love going there.
Yeah, because you like to be professional, you like to be focused.
Yeah.
And that's exactly. Like the perfect scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.